In the brutal chaos of the Iraq War, in a dusty makeshift hospital, one woman became a legend. Her name was Eileen, an emergency room nurse from Long Island, but to the battle-hardened Navy SEALs who witnessed her work, she was something more. They called her the Angel of Ramadi. This story isn't just about medicine. It's about a force of nature who refused to accept defeat, even when staring death in the face. Imagine the scene, the constant roar of helicopters, the frantic shouts, the smell of blood and antiseptic filling the air. Wounded soldiers, Marines, and SEALs were brought in, their bodies torn apart by the savage reality of urban warfare. In the middle of it all stood Eileen. One particular day, a young Marine was rushed in. His injuries were catastrophic. The doctors, seasoned professionals who had seen it all, took one look and declared him gone. There was no pulse, no breath, nothing. They were ready to move on, to save those who could still be saved. But Eileen refused. She looked at the young man, not as a casualty, but as someone's son, someone's brother. She yelled, "No, we are not giving up on him." For the next 20 minutes, which must have felt like an eternity, she performed CPR with a relentless, almost furious rhythm, her small frame pouring every ounce of energy into the effort. The SEALs standing by, men who were masters of controlled violence and ice-cold composure, watched in stunned silence. They had never seen anything like it. This wasn't a firefight. It was a battle of pure will against the inevitable. She was shouting at the Marine, "You are not dying today. You hear me? You are not dying in this hospital." Her voice cut through the noise and chaos, a beacon of defiance. The doctors tried to intervene, to tell her it was hopeless, but she wouldn't listen. She just kept pumping, kept fighting, kept willing him back to life. And then the impossible happened. A flicker on the monitor. A weak, thready pulse. The doctor's eyes went wide. They immediately jumped back in, astonished, and took over. Against all odds, the Marine was stabilized. He had been brought back from the brink, pulled from the clutches of death by a nurse who simply would not let go. The SEALs who witnessed this never forgot it. These are men who operate at the absolute peak of human performance, who face down fear every single day. But what they saw in Eileen that day was a different kind of courage. It was the raw, untamable power of the human spirit. She wasn't just doing her job. She was waging a personal war against death itself. And in that small, chaotic room, she was winning. Her legend grew with every life she touched. There was the soldier who needed a rare blood type, and Eileen, without hesitation, rolled up her own sleeve and donated her blood on the spot. She'd work for days on end, fueled by coffee and an unbreakable resolve, her presence a source of comfort and hope to everyone in that hospital. The SEALs would later say that seeing her work gave them the courage to go back out on their missions. They knew that if the worst happened, the Angel of Ramadi was there, ready to fight for them with everything she had. Eileen's story is a powerful reminder that heroes come in all forms. They aren't always the ones with guns. Sometimes they're the ones with a relentless heart and hands that refuse to give up. She showed some of the toughest warriors on the planet what true grit really looks like. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe for more incredible true stories. See you next time.